Hello, my name is Nicole, and I am taking this time out to talk to you about two of my books, Laboring to Love an Abusive Mate and Laboring to Love Myself. These two books I've talked about on other websites times before, but sometimes I come back to these books, especially around October, because October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And for those of you all who have been in an abusive relationship, you know how the story goes. You meet someone, you find out that they are not who you thought they were, and then before long, you find yourself fighting, literally fighting this person. And then eventually, or hopefully, you have freed yourself from the individual or individuals. Because sometimes you get out of a relationship that's abusive only to find another person similar to the one that you were once with. And as we all know, domestic violence as well as dating violence, the difference is domestic. You're living with a person. Dating, you're living apart from them, but you're dating them. And sometimes you're in a serious relationship, sometimes you're not. But this can happen to women as well as men, okay? You are sitting down, having a great dinner, and then you start talking about some controversial matter. You think that the person is okay mentally with your opinion about said events. Later on, during the course of the evening, the person starts finding all sorts of fault with something else that you said. Next thing you know, there's some name calling and things going on. He pushes or she pushes. Now it's physical. How could something that started off that seemed normal, I mean, you've had conversations like this with other people before and nothing happened, but this time, it didn't go over so well. And now the person wants to fight. And of course, you're not going to sit there and allow somebody to just hit you now. So you're going to fight back. This happens, people. This happens. It happens to loved ones. It happens to friends. It happens to coworkers. It happens to strangers on the street. You see a woman and she's got a black eye. Now, yes, sometimes fluke accidents happen, but most often, black eyes, scars around the neck, scars on the arms. A man with scratches all over his arms or scratches on his face. Come on. Let's put two and two together. We got a domestic situation going on. Some violence. Okay? Even with children. You send your child off to school. They come back home. And they say something like, oh, I was fighting. And then you find out that they're fighting again and again. You put two and two together, you know that they're spending the majority of their time with the boyfriend or the girlfriend. Dating violence, possibly. We've got to pay attention to what's going on around us. It's not always about us and our needs and our wants in life. There's people that are going through some changes. God has used many believers to help out folks that are not believers. You may be that person that might be the lifeline to help an individual who's going through dating or domestic violence. Keep your eyes open. Pay close attention. When you see patterns of lying, patterns of a person who once was coming around you, now they're not. When you see scars and black eyes, when you see that they're using a lot of makeup and they don't typically use makeup, warning signs, red flags, people. So, Laboring to Love Myself and Laboring to Love an Abusive Mate. These books were written based on personal experience. These books have been read by individuals who are in relationships that are not good. For some, it wasn't even violent. It's just not a good relationship. But there were some nuggets of information that they received from the books that helped them out. I pray that those of you all who need some assistance will go to a church or a support group or to a friend, someone who can help you up out of your situation. I also pray that those individuals who are out of the situation will use Laboring to Love Myself and Laboring to Love an Abusive Mate as teaching tools. And for those that don't have a situation like dating or domestic violence, but you're dealing with other abuse issues, I pray that you'll go to laboringtoloveanabusive.mate.blogspot.com. And there's plenty of different articles about all sorts of abuses. I thank you so much for listening, and may God richly bless you.